Welcome back, Loomers. It's Will from Art by WillScott, and on this tutorial we're going to be creating Yoshi's arms. You should have the head already completed. Okay, what I did was just take off my slip knots already, and I'm just keeping the white ones. Okay, but I took out all the jelly ones because we're not going to need them. Alright, at this point just go ahead and we're going to leave the head to the side for now. We're going to start working on the arms. What I am going to be using is one loom. I just took off the middle peg, okay, and I reconfigured the bars, so I'm putting both of the small ones right here and the large one right here. So the basis you can use as such, or you can use your monster tail, okay? I'm gonna create one arm on this one, and then I'm gonna do the second one on the monster tail. But if you don't have a monster tail, just keep using this one, okay? Here's what we're gonna do. We're going to start off with the fingers first. We need to create 3 fingers, and the thumb will be at the very end, okay? So Yoshi has only 3 fingers, so it's going to look like that, and then we're going to make the thumb at the very end, okay? Afterward with both of the arms, okay? Because we can be able to figure out like which posing way we want to have them. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start off by creating them, and we're going to just leave them on the ends here, okay? And the way we want to have them set up is, okay, with one band, okay? And it's going to be capped. You're going to start off at the top, okay? And I'm going to make another one. Alright, so right there. Now the next ones will be with double bands, okay? So go ahead and put those right there. And we want them to go down 4 times. It's 2. Again, 2 bands. That will be 3. And then 2 bands, okay? And that will be 4. Now on the other side, okay? So 2 bands again. That is 2. 2 bands. That is 3. And again, 2 bands. That is 4. Now we're going to go ahead and put a cap band on each of them. Okay. 1, 2, 4 times around, okay? And the other one too. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So now that we have a cap bands, we're going to go ahead and start looming up. The other one. Okay, I'm gonna take them off and put them on the edge. Okay, there's one finger. Now the other one. Finger number 2. Okay, now let's make our 3rd finger. Okay, so again, go ahead and cap 1 band. I'm just gonna do 1 and then 2 bands, okay, for the rest of them. So go 4 times down. That's 2, 3, 4 times down up to the 5th peg, okay, and put your cap band on there. Okay, and loom it up. Take it out. Okay, and keep it here. Alright. Fingers are done. Let's go ahead and get started on the hand. Let me zoom in a little bit. here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna grab one finger, okay? Alright. Grab again one of your fingers onto your hook, like so. You're gonna grab one band, and you're gonna cap that one, okay? Cap it just like that, and transfer it on to the cap band. So I'm gonna put it onto the top. I'm gonna pull up and loop over. There we go. And I'm gonna put it right here in the middle. Okay. And I want my finger to face down. Okay. Just like that. And I kind of want it to the top, okay? Keep it on one side. So just shift it over to the top. Okay. I think that's gonna make it a little bit easier also would be to twist this. I mean, you don't have to, but I'm gonna twist it anyway into a figure eight. Figure eight, okay? Now I know that that's my middle and I want it out of the middle, okay? Let's do our next one. Grab another finger. Okay. Grab another band. Cap that one. Transfer it over. Just like so, okay? Now, I'm gonna put it on this edge. Grab this with my hook. I'm gonna figure eight that one also, okay? Alright, and I want this also on the top, so right here. Okay, this is gonna be kind of tight if you're using this, but if you're using the monster tail, then it's not gonna be as tight. Alright, let's grab our final finger right there. Grab another band. Cap it and transfer it over. Okay. So again, let's go ahead and put it on this edge right there. Okay. I'm gonna grab this end and I'm gonna also make sure that it's in a figure eight. Okay. And I'm gonna also secure that it's on this side, okay? So you should have your fingers on this side. It should look like that. Okay. Now that that's done, we're gonna go ahead and work around with the rest. So yeah, so now we're gonna be working with double bands. Okay, we're gonna go up 4 times all the way around. Okay, so with double bands, so this is gonna be considered 1 row. Okay, now that is done, we're going to go ahead and grab our hook. And I need you guys to flip over that capped band over all of these. Okay, carefully transfer it over. Be a little bit careful because you don't want to break your bands. Okay, and let's do this side also. Yeah. There we go. Just like that, we're going to transfer these 2 over. Transfer these 2 over. Transfer these 2 over. Okay. Alright. Okay, should look like that so far. Now that we have done that once, we're going to do it 3 more times. I'm going to add another row right above everything again, going around in that rectangular shape. Double bands, okay. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and flip over bottom 4. Okay. You should have 4 bands left over on each peg on the other side. I want to get these mixed up. Okay, that is number 2. Now time for number 3. Really need to make sure which ones are my bottom ones. Okay. Be careful not to overflip any. Okay. Now our last row. Okay. So this should be row number 4. Go ahead and flip those. Bottom 4. Okay, there we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and start to close that. This is we just created this palm of the hand, okay? We're gonna go ahead and close that up because we don't need it any longer. Grab 2 bands, okay, 2 bands. And now you're going to put them over your entire thing, like so, okay? Right, so you should have 2 bands, okay? Once you have that over your entire thing, we're gonna flip all of those over. Flip all 4 bands. Alright, now that you're at this stage, we're going to go ahead and create. We just made the wrist. Now we're going to start making the hand. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to use 1 band. And we're going to go and we're going to start from here. We're going to do the middle and then this one, okay? But when we place them onto the other side, we're going to do it from the backwards, okay? So if you start from this one, you're going to put it onto this one. That means you're going to grab, whoops, your 1 band and put it right across there. Your middle one is still going to go towards the middle, okay? And So this band will start right here and it'll go onto this opposite side. Okay. But we're not going to stop right there because we need a third row. Okay. Right now we only have 2 rows, so we need a third row. Again, we're going to go ahead and put this right over that. And again in the middle. And last on this side. Okay. Alright. Now we're going to flip that very bottom one over. There should be 2 bands, okay? These are the ones that you just put over your entire thing. Flip those bottom 2 bands and you are going to have 2 bands left over. Okay. Okay, right. Your hands should be kind of moving over to the side. So I'm gonna lay it out like this for right now. See how it's starting to come out? Okay, it's totally fine. Now we actually need wire. Okay, what I'm gonna be using is I think it's a 16 gauge. It's black coated wire. Okay. All right, and we're gonna be using this for the arms. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna grab some length that's desired, and here's how we're gonna be able to measure what we want. Grab your Yoshi head, okay? Put it to the side. One arm is gonna be about. It's gonna come about that size from, like, if you're letting it loose like that, then you know that's going to be about the length of one arm. Okay, so we want 3 lengths just to be safe. So that's 2. Grab that and measure that. That is 3. Okay, so that is going to be a good length to cut. Okay, now that I have my wire cut, here's what we're going to do. We need pliers. Okay. We're going to bend one end of our wire. Just like so. Actually, more about like right there. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and bend it like that. Okay. So it should be about where your ridge goes. Here's what we're gonna do. This is gonna be quite a hassle because we're gonna be working with the entire wire. Okay, so you're gonna grab your wire and this part that we just placed, go ahead and put your wire through it. Okay, and here's what we're gonna do. Now you're gonna go ahead and pinch that, and you're gonna use your pliers to wrap this around. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it like this. First I'm gonna pinch it over. I'm gonna see if I can get to start to wrap it around because I want to coil it around a little. Okay. You want to be careful because you do not want to break your bands in this process. Okay. I'm gonna do it down here. Just want to make sure it's pretty sealed because I don't want to push the wire over and have it come off from the other side of the bands. So what I'm doing is I'm coiling it around. Okay. Don't move. Alright. That should be okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and keep working off like that. Now, for the rest of it, you're going to be putting your bands through here. Let's go ahead and add 3 bands. Okay. We're going to drop them in. So your first one should go towards that same direction. Okay. Your second band is going to go right here in the middle. Right? It means your third one will go around on this one. Okay, let's go ahead and flip the very bottom row over. Okay, just the very bottom one. Make sure you're keeping track of which one's your top and which one's your bottom and which one's in your middle. Okay, just one band. Alright, we just flipped over our second row. We are gonna do this 7 times, okay? Alright, so that is 2. We're gonna do this 5 more times. Okay. We have to make sure that we flip 5 times. Oops. Go 2 more bands. And you have to keep inserting them through your wire. Okay. Alright. So again, just flip over very bottom one. Yep. I want this one in the bottom. There we go. Okay. That is 3. Right? Let's do number 4. Okay. Now this would be row number 5. Start right there. This band will go in the middle. And this band will go on this one. Keep going in that same direction, okay? Otherwise it'll look all sloppy. Alright, what is this, number 6? There we go. Alright. Again, flip over the bottom one. Okay. Good. And number 7. So we're going to put 3 bands. Move these out of the way. Flip over the last one and all of them. Okay. Now that we have done that 7 times, we're going to transfer onto doubles, okay? When transferring onto doubles, I'm going to put in 2 at a time. So there's 2 bands, okay? And those 2, you're going to put them right over our first section, just like so. Grab 2 bands again, put them through your wire, okay? Put them in the middle. Grab the next 2. Put them through your wire. Okay. And put them right there. Alright. Now when you flip over the bottom one, okay, you're flipping over that single band because we want the 3rd row only, and we don't want these 2, okay? We want just this one because that is still technically our 3rd row, okay? Otherwise, we'll get rid of our middle row also, and we don't want that. Just flip over 1 band on this one, okay? All 6 sides. That is 1 with the doubles, okay? So let's go ahead and do our doubles again. Double bands inside the wire, okay? And I'm going to put them on the same direction pattern. That one first, then the middle. Okay. And now the 3rd side. Okay. And again, only 1 band. This is going to be the last time we're going to do 1 band. The rest of them we're going to be double bands, okay? So grab the very bottom band because that is our last row. So you should have 4 bands left over on each peg, clearly identified as your middle and top row. Okay. Now that that is done, okay, we're gonna continue on with double bands, okay? And we're gonna be doing, I think, about 7 or 8 times on this one also. So let's just try to see how it looks. Wait, 7 times. Right now we've done 2. So this will be our 3rd one. Grab 2 bands again, okay? Continue putting them on the same direction that we've been putting them. Now the middle. And your last row. Okay. Now you can start flipping over the bottom 2, okay? 2 bands. Flip those over and leave 4 behind. Okay, that's our 3rd time we've done that. to our fourth one. And okay. What is it, number 5? Oops, no, right here, right here. I already lost count, but that's okay. I'll count in just a moment. Okay. Yeah, that was number 5. So this will be number 6. So I think we are going to do 7 in total. Number 6. Okay. And number 7. Push my bands down. For number 7. So now that you have 7 done, this is a good desired length. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just flip over the bottom ones. So we only have 2 bands left over on each one. Okay. Now that you have your last row left over there, we're gonna go ahead and slip knot our hands. Sorry, these part. First, we're gonna grab, the middle one. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put that there, and I want to put a slip knot on those. All right. I'm going to grab this one and I'm going to put it right across. Okay. And I also want this one and I'm going to put it right across, right there. And I'm going to put a slip knot on those as well. These are the same slip knots I've been using. I just keep reusing them and reusing them. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and take it off. Carefully from our loom. We have one arm done, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. And now it's posable. Okay, we're going to be creating our thumb at the very end, okay? And we're going to be doing that at the very end because we want to make sure that we do them on the correct sides. So, just so you can see, we have quite a lot of space for the next one, right? And don't worry about that, okay? That is going to give us some leverage. So we really don't only need it about like this much, okay? Don't worry, you can always be able to use this for another part. Alright. Okay. Now we're going to be starting on the next one. Okay. Okay. What we're going to do now is work on hand number 2. And like I said before, I'm going to show it to you on how to do it on the monster tail in case you have a monster tail. I've already set up my fingers for this one. Okay. So just like before, you're going to put your fingers, just like we did for the beginning, and then you're going to do your 4 rounds of the other one, okay? So I'm going to do that right now, and that way we can be able to get started for that, okay? Hold on. If you want to go ahead and pause your video, because we want to go ahead and get to this point now, okay? I'm kind of just going and doing it out of camera. All right. I've gotten to that point where I'm going to be starting to add the bands onto this side. What you want to do is you can either do it on the monster tail if you have one, or you can keep doing it on this, okay? So either one works. Just do your second hand on right now. Get to this point. We need to go ahead and get to the point back on the video where you need to start adding your bands like so, because we're going to be adding the wire one more time. So if you want to, pause your video and rewind, put it back to the beginning where we started to create our hand, and at this point I'm gonna go ahead and just flip over those bottom 2 again. So you remember, we're gonna be flipping over those. Once you get to this point, then you can go ahead and keep working on your arm. Okay, now that I'm at this point, okay, I'm gonna be adding it onto the wire. Okay, so get to this point first, okay? Alright. Once you are at that point, we're going to stick this in through here. But the way we're going to do it is we're not going to go ahead and hold on. I think I am going to do curl just a little bit right there. I think that's a little too much. It's a little too long. Right there. That's better. Oops. Oh, sorry. I just kind of want to bend it just like this, just so I can get it in, because all I need to do is put it inside. We're not going to put it at that end. I need to get it out. No, that's not what I did. Here. I'm so sorry. Let's go ahead and put that straight again. Here's what I need to do. I need to go ahead and just put it in that hole right there. Just stick it out somewhere, doesn't matter where. And I need to insert it until I get it to the desired place. So now that I have it right there, okay, I want to have enough room right there so I can be able to put that into the body. Okay. Alright. Now you're gonna have to eyeball it because we don't have the body yet. But the best thing to do, since the body is actually going to be about the same size as the head, you kind of just want to go ahead and put your wire through. Your head on top. Okay, and just cover that part right there at the edge of your cheek, so that cheek right there will be kind of like a hint of like where the other arm is. And you see how I want to put it right there. I want it about that long, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and cut that off now. So I'm gonna put my finger right there, and I wanna know, and I'm gonna cut it off at that point. I'm gonna leave myself just a little bit of leeway just in case, okay? Because I can always be able to recut it again. This we can use for something else, for another project. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing for this one. And now I can actually bend that part. Alright, so now that we have it like that, I'm gonna fish it. Put the hook through there and fish in there. Kind of getting through some. There we go. Okay. And I'm gonna go ahead and twist it. That way. So you're gonna have your arms like that, okay? It's a little bit, might be a little bit longer, but just in case, we can always be able to bend this a little bit more inside the body. So it doesn't matter if it's too long, but hopefully it's not too short. Okay, that's not what we want. Just continue on. Now, the hard thing about this is that we're gonna have to put all the bands through this arm onto this, okay? So let me show you what I mean. Let me just go ahead and finish tightening this up. I want to it'll be a little bit hard. Hopefully, if you are a young kid and you need some help with the wires, hopefully you guys can have an adult help you out. I just want it a little bit twisted so that way it doesn't fully come out, or just tight enough. Okay, alright, now that I got it to that point that I want, I kind of want it closer. Alright, I'm gonna kind of put this one erect because I want to put my bands through there. That's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna get the 3 bands I need, right? And if you want to put a whole bunch of bands right there at once, you can do that, but start sliding your bands through here. We're gonna do the same patterning again. We already put in, oops, we're gonna start off from this corner to this corner. Now our next one will be right in the middle. And our next one will be right there. And flip over. Remember, we have to do this one 7 times and do the doubles 7 times. So you're going to do that every single time, okay? You're going to have to put them through your hand. So again, I'm going to grab the bands I need, put them through the hand. and slide them down. And again, slide down. And again, slide down and set it up. Alright, hopefully you're getting the hang of it, okay? So we're doing the same exact thing as we did for this one, right? So go ahead and finish off with the same patterning as we did for this one, okay? You need to go 7 times with single bands, 7 times with double bands to make the thicker part, okay? 7 times with the thinner ones and 7 times with the double ones. Keep your pattern, okay? You always want to go these first, the middle second, and this third one to this one third. Always, okay? Always, always, always. And just keep working. It should be stopping about right there. And that should be good enough for your hands, okay? Let me just go ahead and finish it off on out of camera. Alright. Now that I have done that 7 times with the single ones, 7 times with the double ones, okay? And that means I've flipped it over 7 times, okay? So 14 flipped in total. Okay, you should have your arm looking like that. Remember, you could still be able to do it with this instead, okay? Alright, there's both of my arms. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and finish up that final loop to get just the top row left over, which should be the leftover 2 bands. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put my slip knots on them. Flip over this one to the middle, this one up there, and this one up here. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put my slip knots. Okay, I'm going to take it off. Alright. There's both of my hands. Okay. Now let's go ahead and create our thumbs. Alright. Now that both of them are done, let's stretch this up a little bit. Stretch this up. Okay. And they're kind of reconfiguring themselves, so I'm just going to go ahead and place them like that. Alright, so I'm going to put a thumb right here and I'm going to put a thumb right there, so let's go ahead and do that. We're going to do it the same way we did it last time. Grab one band and is it? Yeah. We only need 2 thumbs, so we're going to do it twice. Cap bands, okay? Now again, double bands. Since your thumbs are a little bit shorter than most of the other fingers, we're only going to do it twice, okay? Your thumbs are not supposed to be as long as your fingers. So at that point, we're going to go ahead and cap it. And this one too. 4 times around. Oops, messed up. This will twist in there. 3, 4. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and loop it. bend. There we go. Okay, alright. Let me go ahead and take it off. I'm going to take one off for right now. There's one thumb. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to go ahead and put... You are putting... come on. There we go. Kind of. Alright. That one. You're going to slip it through. There's your thumb. You're going to go ahead and grab one hand. Okay. This is the side where the thumb is going to go, and this is the other side where it's going to go also, okay? I'm going to keep that to the side for right now. You see how there is 1, 2, 3, and then that section right there. So there should be 4. You want to go on that third one, which is that from 1, 2, 3 right here, or the one close to the fingers, it'll be the second one, okay? That's where you're going to add your thumb. That part right here, see how this is flat? So we want to add it onto this one. I'm going to grab, take that off for right now. It's not going to go anywhere. I'm going to grab these 4 bands with my hook, and I'm going to pull this like that, okay, through these. And now this part, I'm going to put my finger through that hole. Okay, so I'm going to open it up just like that. Now I'm going to put that finger through just like that. There we go. Let's do the same thing for this side, okay? Since we did it this way, we're gonna have to do it this way, okay? So let me grab that other thumb, and again, let me pull that right through like that, okay? Now again, you want your hook to go this way on this one. See, 1, 2, 3. So go through those 4 bands. There's 2. There is 4. Now let's go ahead and grab our thumb, put it on our hook. There we go. I'm going to pull it through. And again, I'm going to open up that hole and push the finger through that hole, okay? I'm going to push it through. Alright, our hands are complete. Okay, so this is what you should have so far. Okay. For your body. And of course, you have your shoes and your shell. Alright. Keep doing that. Alright. Next one will be the legs. Okay. See you in the next tutorial.